Hello, everybody. This is Murray back with you on this November 16th edition of the Lavaca County News Review podcast. I'm here alongside my buddy Hans,
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
and we're going to cover a little bit of what's in the papers, and then we'll expect you to read them. We appreciate it. We're going to start off with this story about a mural in downtown Hallettsville, and a local artist had made it, and it's really something to see if you hadn't seen it. So I'm gonna turn it over to Hans. He wrote the story.
Yeah, there's several reasons why this was a fun story to write. First of all, it's a local artist, Bob Barrera. A lot of people know him. He painted that big cow going out to Shiner. I don't know if you've seen it, the one on 90A.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then on Mighty Mites, they're opening up next week. He painted the mural for them. So his work is already around town, but this time he actually put it on the wall of his soon-to-be studio. He's opening an art studio here in Hallettsville, and he chose for his first mural to honor the Astros and their World Series championship.
Is that on the old abstract building?
Yep, that's the one. It's on 2nd Street, and you're going to see it if you drive south on,
Right.
is that 77A, right?
Yeah.
Yep, going south. And so people have been honking. He said he's got a lot of really good feedback so far. And like I said, this is going to be a rotating mural wall. So in a couple months, it's going to be something new. So keep your eyes peeled, and we're going to have some great art and a lot of color here in downtown Hallettsville.
Yeah, that's really neat. We see where a lot of other towns are doing it, and we're very fortunate to have this young man and his talent. So be looking for that mural. It's a really a sight to see.
And good luck on your new studio, Bob. I think you're going to kill it.
You bet.
And also on the front page of the Hallettsville Tribune Herald this week, our managing editor, Bobby Herechka, has a story on a bailout from last Friday afternoon.
Yeah, they said that I think they were trying to stop this guy in town in Hallettsville. Yeah, they tried to pull him over for a traffic violation on East 3rd Street, and he took off. And he wound up on FM 530, and I think he ran through some fences and whatever, and then he bailed out. And the sheriff's department was warning residents in the area to be sure and have their doors locked and their vehicles locked. But I don't think they ever caught it. As far as this write-up we have today, I don't see where he was ever apprehended. And all the doors were open on that truck, so you can bet that he was hauling other folks.
Yeah, and Bobby wrote in the first paragraph there that it was a stolen truck and it was ditched there on FM 530. And it said that lawmen or, officers predicted that there were probably other passengers in that vehicle other than the driver that also got out.
Yeah, and after you read that story, you can check out the Festival of Lights.
It's that time of year already.
Yeah, that's coming up too soon. Uh, what does that say? They're going to start on Thursday morning with a elf bikeathon event, and then there'll be more events after that.
Yes, I believe I had seen previously in the Lavacian, by the way, check that out, it's in your mailbox, that on the 26th is the official Festival of Lights celebration. So that Saturday after Thanksgiving, make sure to make your way out there and enjoy the festivities. And I've never actually, this could be my first winter in Hallettsville. So for me and for the listeners out there that haven't seen the Festival of Lights, what can we expect, Murray?
Well, it's a beautiful thing to see. For one thing, it's just being there when they light up that courthouse, and they have extended it that they're going to add some events on Sunday.
Cool.
And so, if you've never been, well, I think you'll enjoy it, and especially if this weather holds like it is, it's quite seasonable. So I look forward to going, and I hope you can make it too.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to the Festival of Lights organization for hosting this and flushing the city with a lot of Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's every year, and that courthouse is a site that's known pretty well all across Texas, and people that come and see it from out of town, they don't go away without being very impressed at what they see.
And speaking of being very impressed with what we see, If you switch over to the front page of the Shiner Gazette, we have the state champion Shiner Comanche band.
Yeah, that is really a great honor to win state in their division. I believe it was a 2A division. And like I said, this is, or like Sean said, this is a huge picture. It's a 6 column picture across the front page at the very top. So you'll be interested in seeing that.
Yep, and the cut line here in the Shiner Gazette says that this achievement, this is the second time that they've ever done it, and the last time it occurred was about a dozen years ago. So the Shiner Comanche band spirit is alive and well, and we have some great huge pictures on the front page. This is something that all those band members are going to want to keep on their refrigerators and in scrapbooks for years.
Yeah, that's definitely something they'll want to hold on to. And like I said before, that's quite an honor. And they go against a lot of other bands in their division. So when you see one of these kids that's in the band, be sure and congratulate them on what they've done.
And if you're looking for one of the kids in the band, well, Shiner has they're still winning in football, so it'll be easy enough to find them there.
Yeah, yeah. The Shiner just keeps on rolling on. They uh, they beat Santa Maria, and they scored 42 first half points in a 54-14 win Thursday night at Al Stadium.
Yep, and that was the by-district win, writes our sports editor Mark Luby, and he's got some pictures from the game there on the sports page of the Shiner Gazette.
Yeah, that running back Dalton Brooks, he had a great game. He picked up 196 yards on the ground and scored 3 touchdowns and had an 18-yard kick six interception.
Oh man, well if he keeps up that, he'll have his photo as large as the Shiner band there on the front page.
Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of colleges that'll be after that young man.
And speaking of colleges, the transitions are coming easily today, Murray. Um, Speaking of colleges, also from Shiner, Ryan Peterson he opted to play basketball at Sam Houston State University, and he signed to be a Bearcat, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a mythical creature, but it is their mascot. So congratulations, Ryan. We know you're gonna represent Shiner well.
yeah. There's a picture on the sports page of this young man with his family and his assistant basketball coach. So this is a great honor again, and Shiner just keeps producing these great athletes.
And Mark got to talk to him. He got some quotes from Ryan himself on his plans going forward and his time here at Shiner. So congratulations, and that's a great story from Mark.
Yes,
And so now moving on to some less exciting news, but still some very important news is the Yoakum football team ended their season this week with or rather last Friday with a loss to Cameron Yo. It was 39-28. And I didn't make the drive over there to watch it myself, but all of my colleagues that went over there said that it was a closer game than the score says, and there was actually it could have been won either way. But there were a couple penalties that apparently kept the Bulldogs out of the end zone.
right. This story was written by Alvin Gomez, and we appreciate his efforts in writing these stories. But it's nothing to hang your heads about, boys, because Cameron Yo was highly rated, and you gave them a whale of a game. So these young men from the Yoakum ball team, they need to be congratulated as well on coming back and fighting hard on a lot of these games.
That's exactly true. And Yoakum, they played Cameron Yo earlier in the season, and it was not as close. So this shows, and it was a cold game out there. So this shows that they have grit, and they came back and they've improved a lot over the season, even over just a few short weeks. So I'm excited to watch football again next year.
Yeah, they'll do nothing but get better. So we can all look forward to that.
And the Yoakum volleyball team, they ended their season this week as well. They traveled. Well, I want to say they traveled over to Crero, but that was actually the week prior. But nonetheless, as I shift over to the Yoakum Sports page here, um, they had a record season this year, and they were actually played in the regional tournament there in San Antonio on November 12th last week. So congratulations on making history, and you should be proud of your accomplishment to all the Yoakum volleyball players.
You bet. And prior to that game, they had swept Corpus Christi, London on Friday night to set up the third overall match this season with the district foe and the district winner, Columbus, Saturday afternoon in a championship game. So once again, our hats off to those young ladies for doing such a good job in their division.
Yeah, now we'll finish up with some Hallettsville sports. We got some good news coming out of Sacred Heart with a 50 rather to 8 win over Tyler TK Bishop Gorman. So last week they had that huge field goal. This week they have another a significant by-district win. So Sacred Heart Indians are rolling, and it looks like it's hard to stop them.
Yeah, they accumulated 344 yards of total offense and helped the Crusaders, who they were playing, to just 201 yards. So they did quite a good job in this game, and we look forward to them going on.
And now for our final story of the week here, we have the Hallettsville Brahmas with their season ender it was Franklin, right? And that's the number one team in the state, I believe.
Right, yes, they're number one, and the Hallettsville coach said that they proved that they wasn't rated number one for nothing, because they definitely are. And Hallettsville, I believe they were the fourth seed, and as unfair as it seems to me, the fourth seed gets to play number one. So that's the way it turned out. But they had a fantastic season. And just like Yoakum and some of these other teams in the county, they'll do nothing but get better along the way.
Yep, and just to round that up, that was 33-7 was the final score to the Eagles, the Franklin Eagles. So all in all, a lot of great news this week. There's also Veterans Day coverage rather, in all of the papers of the different events that happened in town. So make sure to check that out. A lot of events in the schools, which we love to see. I know I talked to Yoakum ISD Superintendent Tom Kelly, and he said that it's important because there are so many veterans in this community, in these Lavaca County communities, to teach the children about just how important it is and give them an opportunity to meet and recognize the veterans.
Exactly. That's our history in this country, friends. And it's these veterans that have kept us safe and kept us free in most all of these towns, and of course, including Hallettsville. When you drive through, you'll see American flags everywhere. So we honor our veterans, and we appreciate our kids being taught in the local schools about how important serving this country really is.
Exactly. And you just put some words of wisdom, but do you have any other words of wisdom to end us this week, Murray?
No, I just think that we've heard through our weatherman, Larry Rothbauer, that this cold is going to keep up for a while. So stay bundled up, stay warm, and I know a lot of us aren't used to that. And the older we get, and I can speak from experience, the cold weather seems to hurt us a lot worse than the younger folks. But Hans said he likes winter, being from Wisconsin, and he don't care much for the summer. But with that being said, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll leave it to Hans to finish up.
Yes, for people like me, we've made it. It's no longer hot, so hey, enjoy this next month and a half, and then it'll be summer again, I'm sure. So thanks for watching, or thanks for listening, thanks for reading, and we look forward to talking to you again next week for another Lavaca County News Review.
Goodbye, folks.